front of a live studio audience. Fun. This is just supposed to be fun. That's what this is. If you watch it, you're gonna have fun. For so long now, I've come across people who are making a difference in the world. The COCOON show is to showcase human beauty and human expression while providing solutions to the issues that we have in our modern life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the COCOON show! I was waiting all day for this, hold on. Pokemon Go, where's it gonna be? Where's it gonna be? Pokemon Go. COCOON, I'm the host of the show.
Yeah, woo!
Here we go, you know what I'm saying? And so Sabri here is one of the producers of the show. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Alright? Feather, bro, we got a feather issue we gotta put in here, guys. So here's the thing. We're gonna interview him today. You know, first I just wanted to give him a moment, you know, to say a couple things on his mind. What's on your mind today, brother?
Hey, I just want to say I'm happy to be here. I'm excited about this new show. You know, we're happy to launch it in our place right here. You know, birds of a feather, we're gonna flock together, that's right.
COCOON show, you know, we're all about peace and love. You know what I mean? We're adults about things. We work things out, you know.
This is why you took me on your show. Really, you know what? She told me actually that your show is whack, and I should have believed her, to be honest.
That's some you know what I really want to tell you, man? That's what I'm saying.
All I gotta say is that was not nice.
There we go, that's good, that's good. Okay, introduce you to the top of the stuff. So we talk about how reverse time might reverse time if you could reverse it.
You know, there's a theory that if you was to do mathematical equations to reverse time, you know what I'm saying, you could actually then reverse the time of things. You know?
How's everybody feeling?
Yeah.
So this is an original song that I wrote, but I have not recorded it yet. You guys will be the first people to have me sing it to, so my heart to you. I'm infatuated with you. Your walk and talk is so smooth, so rare that I feel this way. If you agree, come on, get a taste. Swear I mean you no harm. Just can see myself in your arms, charismatic in your way. Yes, I bite, but don't be afraid.
I'll take every single piece of the blame if you want me to. But you know that there is no innocent one in this game for two.
You know I try, but I don't do too well with apologies. I hope I don't run out of time. Can someone call a referee? Cause I just need one more shot at forgiveness. You know that I made those mistakes maybe once or twice. And by once or twice I mean maybe a couple of 100 times. So let me redeem myself tonight. Cause I just need one more shot at second chances. Thank you. Is it too late now to say sorry? Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry now? I'll take every single piece of the blame if you want me to. But you know that there is no innocent one in this game for two. I go, and then you go out and spill the truth. Then we both say the words Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Whoa, whoa. Is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry now?
Right now, I want to talk to you about what's hot. Hot. When I think about what's hot, I used to think about, you know, what dress some girl had on, or what kind of a six-pack a guy had, or, you know, what's that girl, is she wearing like extensions? Does she have eyelashes? You know, what's well manicured about her? I used to think that's what was hot. And I think that's what we've kind of dumbed it down to. I really like the idea that hotness is more about the light that you bring to the world.
Don't say, don't say it. Don't you say it. One play, it'll just break it. So shut your mouth and run me like a river. Shut your mouth and extend any river. Holy hands only make me a sinner. Like a river, like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. Told this love till the veins start to shiver. One last word till the tears start to wither. Like a river, like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river.
Well, the sun gonna shine my back door someday. Well, the sun gonna shine my back door someday. Well, watch wind's gonna blow all my troubles away.
My name's Harry Brown. I was born in America and raised in Ireland until I was 12. Came back to the United States and lived with my mom until I was 17. Joined the Marine Corps, 6 years in the Marine Corps. Got 21 years as an iron worker, pipe fitter, traveling all over the United States with an alcohol problem. Getting progressively worse. My first 2 years, I didn't say this, my first 2 years in Arizona sober, I've gotten 16 felony assaults. I have a real problem with anger. And I don't with cannabis. I still express my anger, but it doesn't ever get to the point where I don't think I can control it. Right now I'm fighting pancreatic cancer. So I need the indica for the pain medication. I had taken Metaboform, do smoke a considerable amount, but that is more for the psychotropics to help me deal with my antisocial anxieties. So I prefer that than something that's made by man. I mean, this is created by nature and much more easily controlled. If I'd never heard of anyone overdosing on marijuana, but a lot of the Zoloft and Prozac, my brothers in arms have killed themselves on this medication. And oh, and by the way, this is Olivia. She's my service animal. She does PTSD service work. She keeps me sane, lets me know when I'm not having a delusion. And if I get sad, she breaks up and comes and cheers me up and lets me know that everything's going to be alright as long as we stay together. And that's my other side of my medication.
We all cook together, we all work together, we all play together. And so you've got that camaraderie and family. that so many of us are missing. I find that when you can get people together and live together and support one another in some way, that you are able to produce even more than you were able to do by yourself. So.
And to pull this farm together in such a short period of time was an enormous challenge for me, and couldn't have done it by myself. And Kelly has contributed greatly to that, and as she says, bringing these folks, recruiting these folks who are now here making a life for themselves and enjoying the benefits of it, many of whom they have cancer, they have ailments that they need this medicine, and this is real. And if we can share in this and help heal them at the same time, how beautiful is that? I really feel good about it. And so, yeah, I like the direction this place has taken. I had no idea where it was going to go, but I knew good things were going to happen, and yeah, they're happening now, and it's going to continue and going to grow.
And I went to college with Kelly. We got our psychology degree together. Every year I had a surgery, and Kelly kept telling me that there's healing properties in the marijuana, and she was telling me how, I needed to look at that and look at those things. At the time, she knew people that it had helped get them off of nausea medications and other medications. When she decided to go into business, she said that I was one of the catalysts, because she's seen what I went through, day in, day out. Well, we went to school together, and so she saw all the surgeries and and I wore a nausea patch every day. Oh, I have an autoimmune disorder called rheumatoid arthritis, and mine is what they call refractory, which means non-responsive to medical treatment. And in 2012, I had a full-body bone scan, and the rheumatoid arthritis was in all of my joints except for a few of my hands and feet. And at this point, it's in my hands and feet too. So it has completely spread to all my joints in my body. I'm in a lot of pain, and in order to get my pain medications, most doctor's offices have policies, and you have to sign a contract with the doctor's office or the doctor, or both, or all above, saying that you're not going to do any recreational drugs, you're not going to use medical marijuana, you're not going to use marijuana in any way. And they test you, and that you're going to take your medicine and not sell it, of course. But they test you to make sure your medicine's in your bloodstream, and they test you to make sure that you're not using anything additional for help. So I'm on 3 nausea medications, but I know people that have taken the RSOs, and it's really helped them. I had a friend that died of cancer, and it was the only time she could eat is to take the marijuana, because.
So let me ask you. So do you think cannabis would help you?
You know what? I've heard so many good things about it. I think it should be offered to patients. I think it should be something they can try. I think that.
But you're in a position where you really can't technically.
No, I can't. No, I've signed a contract, and they will take my pain medication away from me if I fail a drug test. Mm-hmm. So you have that kind of held over your head. Like, maybe this would help and get me off some of my chemical medicines that they're giving you to counteract the side effects of other medicines. Mm-hmm. But you can't use this option because, if you do lose it or use it, you'll lose your pain meds. Mm-hmm. That aren't healing.
Well, was there a time before you signed a contract or anything like that you did use cannabis and it helped you? Did you have you had any experience with that, with the nausea or anything before?
Years ago, many years ago, yeah. I tried it a couple of times, and it did lessen the nausea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my daughter's bipolar, mm-hmm. and she used to self-medicate with other drugs, and it was a really dark time in her life. We got her some help, and even though she's on medication for the bipolar, she doesn't have to take so much because she does use marijuana to help lessen the effects of that. Bipolar mental disorders aren't something a person asks for. A lot of them are born with them, or they manifest later in life, and it's like it's like my autoimmune disorder. I didn't ask for it, didn't want it, but I got it. It's the same as any mental disorder. So she has this bipolar, and so now we have to figure out how to work with that. And of course she's an adult. I'm not talking about a child. And as an adult, she didn't want to go back to self-medicating on all those drugs and stuff, but she found a balance with the medication that she gets from her doctors and medicating with the marijuana. And her doctor's aware of it. And she had a very stark, harsh conversation with him. I smoke marijuana, I self-medicate with this, but I'd rather self-medicate with it, and it helps me, than to turn back to doing the other things I did. And for somebody of her young age to be very adamant that it's keeping her away from the hard drugs. Everybody's like, oh, it's a gateway, it's a gateway. Now, my daughter's using it to keep away from the hard drugs and keep away from self-medicating with alcohol. And so I think they have that wrong. I really do.
How you doing? My name's Mike. We're going to talk about RSO today. It's called Rick Simpson oil. It's an oil you distill the plant with Everclear, and you get a black goo. And that black goo is the most precious thing on the planet. What it does, it makes cancer cells turn on themselves and eat themselves. So in basic, it kills cancer. What you want to do with RSO is either metal container or glass container Pyrex. You put your marijuana in there. I like using buds. A lot of people use trim. And when it hits 300, you put this container in there for about 15 minutes. What that does, it heats up the marijuana and it detaches the carbon atom off the THC. So it makes it easier for our bodies to absorb the THC and the CBDs and everything else. And it also adds with the psychosomatic effect. So after we do that, we let it cool off, we take it out, and if you look at it, you can tell. It looks a little darker. Everything's dried and shriveled up, and you can hear it. That's the perfect sound you want to hear. Because what we're going to do, we're going to crush this up and put it in jars. And you give them a little squish in your hands and crack them up a little bit. But they're going to break apart as soon as we pour the magic ingredient in here. That's Everclear. What the Everclear does, it strips all the CBDs, and THC right off the plant material. So you're ingesting all the pure stuff. You're not ingesting any food particles.
Alright, so when we first put the plants in the ground is pretty flat. It's a little destroyed because the tractor going through here. So when we put the water down, it doesn't really hold very well. It's going to run all the way down. It's going to make a mess of the field. So what we have to do is we have to build reservoirs to help hold the water and make sure that the plants get the amount of water that they need while we water them. Yeah, while you're making each reservoir, think about the reservoirs around you. You want to help build a uniform design so that everything can work together and the water can spill down the side of one and into the other if needed. So typically on the first water, you're going to want to kind of control where the water goes because it's going to eat away at the soft dirt. This will help build the trench or build the reservoir and keep its form. Once the water settles in and hardens, you want to make sure to get water everywhere and that the whole dam or the whole reservoir is soaked so that when the water soaks in, we don't have any dry spots.
Well, the sun gonna
3 years I was working up in Barrow, Alaska, which is as far north as you can go in the United States of America, and still have civilization of some sort. Worked for the North Slope Borough at Shop 2, which is the heavy equipment shop for public works. For crying out loud, I've been 409 pounds before. So after being that heavy and not being able to sleep because I didn't know that I had sleep apnea, and my body was dying every night, going down, my O2 saturation levels would go down to 78%. And since I didn't get any REM sleep, yeah, I was a little crazy. The doctor said, my sleep apnea doctor looked at me and said, yeah, from your weight records and your physical characteristics and everything of who you are and stuff like that, you probably haven't gotten REM sleep in 5 years. Well, when you don't sleep for 5 years, REM sleep for 5 years, that does something to you. And I would die every night. Like literally there was a night where I think I actually did maybe pass away, and my kids were the ones that woke me up. That's just a big white flash. And then nothing, and then colors. Oh, I absolutely believe in cannabis. I think that everything that was put on this earth is here to heal us, and that all of the natural medicine that is on the face of the planet has been hidden away from mankind.
This is the tools we're going to need to stabilize the plant. Of course, tape measure, hammer, rebar, pair of pliers, loose wire, and of course our fencing. Most of your fencing is going to be 4 feet tall with these plants. And you got 4-inch spacing so you can get your hands and you'll be working with the plant. Take your tape measure and your 2 pieces of rebar to start out. And you usually have someone helping you. We're going to stabilize this girl. She needs a lot of help. So we're also making it big enough that it can expand, but we're using the fencing to help stabilize the reservoirs themselves. So what we want to do is we're going to put them on either side of the plant, hold the fencing. You can go ahead and put the first one in, and then you'll measure 36 inches from that one to this one, and that'll give you your loop. And you want to drive them in about a foot and a half. So it'll be a little bit lower in the plant. All we're using is to stabilize the fencing.
Well, I know you're right, gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss you, baby, for holding no wrong. I laid down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. I laid down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. Well, my mind was wandering like a wild geese in the wind.
Many of these folks are here now working with us, and I find them invaluable. It's interesting to see when some of the elders come up from that same in downtown environment, and they're like, Kelly, I know these folks, and I've seen them down there, and but now I've seen them up here, and they're totally changed, and they've got purpose. They're working, and they're happy. And how did you do all this? And I have the same question in the back of my mind. But our paths have crossed for a reason, and I think we're moving in the right direction. And maybe these are some of the children, if you will, that I asked to help when I asked for this opportunity.
I wish I was a headline, northbound train. I'd shine my light through Colorado rain.
The build-up for something. So for a long time, people asked me, so when are you gonna turn into a butterfly? And my fun response, I was high and cool. Some people think you already am. You know what I mean?
It's the journey, my friend, not the destination.
But you know what the answer is?
What?
I'm named Cocoon. You know what I am?
What?
I'll never get to be a butterfly. I make butterflies. butterflies.
You are
I'm
the journey.
the butterfly factory.
You are
Yeah,
the journey.
I'm like a Morpheus. You're the Neo.
Bro. You're the Neo.
Yeah, I am Morpheus. You're the Neo. You see?
Yeah.
Bravo.
Cocoon, I'm in
You like that?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was
I'm helping
good.
people become who they
Keep
really
being
are.
the light at the end of the tunnel, my friend.
That's what it's really
Keep
about.
doing that. Absolutely it is.